Alexander the Great's campaigns in Asia. Alexander the Great is one of the greatest military commanders in history, having expanded his empire unprecedentedly from Macedonia in Europe to India and Asia. His military campaigns against the Persian Empire were among his most notable wars in Asia, fundamentally altering the political and geographical landscape of the ancient world. Thanks to his military genius, he managed to defeat the Persian Empire and conquer vast regions in the Middle East and Asia. Historical background. In 334 BC, Alexander, who was then just 20 years old, succeeded his father, King Philip II of Macedonia. His father had created a strong military alliance in Greece, providing Alexander with a solid foundation to embark on military campaigns. Alexander's primary goal was to overthrow the Persian Empire, which was at its peak under King Darius III. Military campaigns in Asia. Battle of Issus, 333 BC. After crossing the sea to Asia Minor, Alexander faced the Persian army in the Battle of Issus. This battle was one of Alexander's most important victories. Despite the Persians having a larger army, Alexander's brilliant military tactics and his sudden attack allowed him to win decisively. Following this battle, Alexander took control of much of Asia Minor and was in a strong position to advance further. Siege of Tyre, 332 BC. In 332 BC, Alexander laid siege to the city of Tyre, which was located on an island in the Mediterranean Sea. The siege was a huge challenge as the city was well fortified on an island surrounded by water. After 7 months of siege, Alexander finally captured the city, gaining immense fame and solidifying his military prowess. Battle of Gaugamela, 331 BC. The Battle of Gaugamela, fought in the 331 BC, was the decisive battle of Alexander's campaigns against the Persians. Alexander met Darius III's army on the plains near the city of Arbela, modern-day Iraq. The battle was intense, but thanks to Alexander's brilliant military tactics, he defeated the Persian army decisively. Despite the defeat, Darius III fled the battlefield, allowing Alexander to capture the Persian Empire's capital, Babylon. Conquest of Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis. After the Battle of Gaugamela, Alexander took control of the Persian capital Babylon, modern-day Iraq, then moved on to Susa and Persepolis. Alexander showed great respect for Persian culture and worked to stabilize the regions he had conquered. In Babylon, he declared himself king of the Persians and gained admiration from the local population. Battle of the Hydaspes, 326 BC. As Alexander continued his advance eastward into India, he encountered fierce resistance from the Indian kingdom under King Porus. The Battle of the Hydaspes was fought on the banks of the Hydaspes River in modern-day Pakistan and was one of the toughest battles Alexander ever fought. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's strategy of crossing the river unexpectedly and surrounding Porus's forces led to a decisive victory. Reasons for Alexander's success: advanced military tactics. Alexander employed innovative combat techniques such as surprise attacks and sophisticated formations, which gave him a tactical edge. He always ensured his plans were flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances. Personal leadership. Alexander was a highly skilled and inspiring leader. He fought alongside his soldiers on the front lines, which helped to build loyalty among his troops. High fighting spirit. Alexander was driven by an obsession with victory and constantly sought expansion and glory. His military campaigns were fueled by a desire for personal and historical achievement. Results and consequences: fall of the Persian Empire. After his victory at Gaugamela, the Persian Empire collapsed and vanished from the pages of history. The empire was divided among the Persian generals, and Alexander retained control over vast territories. Cultural and religious impact. During his campaigns in the East, Alexander promoted the blending of Greek and Persian cultures. He founded many cities named after him, such as Alexandria, the most famous of which is in Egypt. He also promoted religious tolerance and mutual respect between different faiths. End of the Great Empire. With Alexander's sudden death in 323 BC, his empire was unable to stay united for long. After his death, it was divided among his generals, the Diadochi, but his influence on the Middle East and Asia persisted for centuries. Alexander the Great's campaigns in Asia were among the greatest military endeavors in history. Thanks to his military brilliance and ambition, he changed the balance of power in the ancient world and opened new horizons for cultural and political relations between East and West. Despite his early death, his military and cultural legacy continues to resonate to this day.